Hello everybody, welcome to Jeannie Tees, all about yarn, knit and crochet. Today I am going to show you how to make this kitchen hand towel. And in the next video I will show you how to make this dishcloth to go with it. It's beautiful. This one here I did the corner to corner crochet with Lily's Sugar and Cream and a 6.0 hook. As well, I used a 6.0 hook with this hand towel and the Lily's Sugar and Cream, but I just did like the scallop clusters with the same. Now this was stripes. I have a towel that I made previously, another one with a matching button, and this one was variegated. So that's the difference. This one is called stripes. This one is variegated, using the same stitch. So let's have some fun for Christmas in July. Grab your cotton and your hook and come join me. So I am back. I'm going to be using a 6mm crochet hook, and I'm not sure if this is a tulip or not. I had ordered it, just a one-time order online. I might have received it from iced yarn, I'm not sure, because I had ordered some ice from Turkey as well. We're going to be using, or I will be using, Sugar and Cream cotton. It's a 4-weight, but you can use any cotton that you like. If you use a lighter cotton, you will just have a smaller, finer hand towel, but it will be very pretty. And this is just a typical 4-weight. A 3-weight will be very nice as well. So this is made in multiples of 6 plus 3. I couldn't find this pattern written down anywhere, so it may be just made up of shells. But what I did, this is my original. I counted across, and just to see how many I would be starting off with. Now, this isn't a striped yarn. I forget what this is called, but the one that I'm using today will be striping because that's what it is. And it's all in clumps of colors. So this will turn out striped. So you can do this, it's easy, it's just making, if you can double crochet and single crochet, you can make this. So multiples of 6 plus 3. This is just how I make my slip stitch. So easy. So to start off, I'm going to chain 36 plus 3. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a new hook for me to use. 7, 8. There's 15. 20. 25. I may slip a little bit with this hook. Like I said, I did receive it like 2 months ago, but this is my first time using it, and I am not used to using a blunter edge. So just see how I do. I think that's 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, plus 3. This 3 is going to be my first stitch. Now I'm just going to count these off camera because I find it hard to keep count of a longer number and talk at the same time. Okay, yes, I have 36 plus 3. So these the last 3 will be the first double crochet, and then at the ends of the pattern, if it appears to want a shell, but a full shell is too much, we will be making a half a shell, which will square it up just nicely. So for half shells, it will consist of 3 double crochets will equal a half a shell. So I'm going to begin this with a half a shell just to give it the square edge. So I have my first one, which is a chain, and I'll need 2 more doubles. And that will give us a full edge. And then we're going to skip 2, and in the third chain, we're going to put a single crochet. And then we're going to make a shell of 5. We're going to skip 2, and in the third, we're going to make a shell of 5. So skip, skip. I have bandages on my hand because I have kitty scratches. I don't like showing them on the camera, so. And 5. I will be getting a holder, overhead holder for my camera so that we could have a desk view in the near future. So this is where our pattern will begin. We have a half shell just to begin it, but that would be a shell. Skip 2, single crochet, skip 2, full shell. So the full shells will be all the way across with the singles. And when we get to the end, we'll see if it needs a full shell or if it's just going to be a single, or sorry, a half shell or a single. So I'm going to skip 2, 1, 2, and in the third, single crochet. My voice is getting better at this. It was pretty weak in the beginning because I went through an episode and I had to have chemo, and it knocked me down to skin and bones. I'm lucky to be here, but believe me, I'm a lot more than skin and bones today. But I'm grateful. And I get a chance to show my crocheting and be with you, and everybody can swap and show their work. I love this. You learn more new things from yarny friends, or if you're just looking up how to do stitches or a project. So there's another shell of 5, and then I'm going to skip 1, 2, and in the third I'll anchor it down with the single crochet. I'm going to make another shell of 5, and at the beginning of the shell, this single crochet anchors the beginning of it. So in between every shell is a skip 2 and a single crochet. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm going to skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and in the third, I'm going to anchor it down with a single. Like that. Now I'm going to, one moment, I need some yarn. I'm going to follow this pattern all the way to the end. So I'm going to make another shell. So I'm going to skip 1, skip 2, and into third. I'll make 5 double crochets. Hopefully my videos will be much better because I found a movie maker so I can cut my clips and patch them together and make a more detailed video for you. I knit and crochet, so this summer I'm going to be showing how to knit and crochet different projects for the kitchen, for the bathroom, and what do you call those, shopping bags? Because I have some 1-pound balls of cotton. They'll be great for that. So skip 2, single crochet into third, skip 2 again, and make a double crochet 5. It's 2, 3, nope, I'm at the end, just 3. Okay, I'm going to show you something. Now at the beginning, instead of using a 3 chain to start it, I only used 2. I actually like using a chain of 2 for my first double crochet. Many people use a 3 chain to make a double, but I stick to 2, which leaves me with 1 extra stitch at the end. Now the way that I create the chain, that extra stitch can come out, and this will be the beginning. I'll show you. So if you have 1 lagger at the beginning, just you can just pull it out and it re-knots to the next, just like that. How's that? Perfect. And it will not come undone. It's actually the same, it's done the same as it was when we began it. So now we're going to chain one and turn our work. It's all about the math. So now we're going to make our single crochets at the top of every shell. We'll have a new single crochet, but in between each shell we have, down below, we have our single crochets, and in those single crochets is where we will be making a new shell. So where we turned our work is at the top of the shell from the previous row, and all on these shells after it we will be making a single crochet. So I want to put a single crochet in that very first stitch, just like that. And then we're going to make a five double crochet shell into the single crochet that's between all the shells. And that is our pattern. Onto every single crochet we will make a shell on top of it. And on top of every shell we will make a single crochet on top of it. And that's how the pattern will go. We just have to watch at the end not to make a full shell on the last stitch, that it will be a half a shell, which is 3 double crochet. So there'll be no more chains being made. I need some more yarn. It's very easy. And you just repeat this every row. So I made my single at the top. I'm gonna go into the single in between the shells and crochet a double crochet 5 shell. That's 2. There's 3, 4, 5. I can crochet much faster if I didn't have the camera in between me and my work. And then at the top of the next shell we will put a single crochet, and then in between the shells down in the single crochet we will make a 5 double crochet shell. The striping should start soon because, well, we'll see. It looks like there's still a bit of cream color. Stripes. Number 4, free pattern. Oh, there is a free pattern on back. This is holiday stripes. Now, I ordered it online. There was a deal just on Amazon. Sometimes you will find cheap yarn on Amazon, but hardly ever. Oh, so there's a free pattern on the back. It will be another cotton pattern. Let's see. Yes. Oh, it takes 4 balls. Well, I only have 3, so it takes 4. It's for a bag. But I do have 1 pound, some 1-pounders in the back room. And I do need some market bags. There's 3. Farmer's Market will be starting up pretty soon down here. And it's just a 10-minute walk away, which is nice, and I can go browsing. There may be some crochet and knitters down there. That will be awesome. I'll ask them permission if I can film and show their stuff. If I could make enough items, I would maybe try it for next year. Make a cluster of, or a shell of 5, double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm always running out of. Oh, this is a stash buster. It takes a lot. So the next place is on top of a half of a shell. So on the top of a half of a shell, we make a, oh, we got to make sure we get the chain. We make a single crochet at the top of the first chain. I'm not used to the blunt. Is that it? No. There. There we go. There, now it's anchored. Then we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. So now we are at the beginning. Chain 1 more, and that's going to be my first double crochet, because we have, at the beginning, we have that single crochet that we just made. So I'm going to double crochet 2 more into it. Counting that chain, that will equal 3 double crochet. And then at the top of the next shell, we will anchor that with a single. And then go into the next single crochet, we will make a 5 double crochet shell. And these are our repeat rows. And then at the top of our next shell, at the very top, we will anchor it down with a single crochet, the end of the shell. So each end of the shell is anchored to the top of the previous shell with a single crochet. And then we will make another 5 double crochet shell down into the next single crochet. Oh, we are into red. This yarn never gets boring. Except when I keep running out. I had to have a drink of tea. So I notice at the beginning of this row it's starting off with white. So if you want to color control it, you can, and begin it with red. I'm not going to. A lot of people probably wouldn't, but it would be really nice if it were. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this row towards the end, and I will meet you back. Okay, this is my work so far. I finished the shell and I anchored it with a single crochet to the top of the shell in the previous round. Now to the end, there is a single crochet here. I'm going to make a half a shell because it's at the end and we want to square it up. Sorry. I need to get it into the chain part because that's our first. So we need to be very careful not to miss that. There, it's nice and straight. So now we will chain one, and that's the top of the shell. So when we turn it, we're going to need to make our first single crochet at the very top of it, which will hold down the end of our new shell, the beginning of our new shell. And this is going to be a repeat. So go ahead and I will meet you along the way. So we are coming up to the end again, and we put our single crochet into the last double crochet. So now we're going to chain one and turn. Chain one again because we are going to put we're going to put 3 double crochets right in this very first section. Chain 2 counts as 1 double crochet. A little tight there, tricky. So that's 2, and that's 3, and we're going to join it with a single crochet at the top of the shell. And then we're going to make another shell of 5 down in this next single crochet. So see how the colors are turning out. I got this cotton for Christmas in July. Just love the colors. This might take 3 of these because this much is gone already. I couldn't find the pattern for this. Maybe there wasn't any. So there's 5 doubles. Now back up to the top with a single and 5 double again down into the single. All the way across to the end. We're coming up to the end, and we'll put into this very last stitch, we'll put 3 double crochets. We'll chain 1 and turn our work. I'm going to show you how to make the top I turn this around. Here's the button, and then this will fall down, and you could either put the button through here or at another level to hang it up. Okay, so I made this the length that I wanted, and I used a whole one of these and about half of the next. And this is the bottom with a scallop edge. So I cut my thread here and I darned it in because I want to keep the scallop edge on the bottom of the towel. And then I began to make a single crochet across the top. So we're going to make this single crochet all the way across. And it doesn't really matter how many there are. Just I'm making one in the center where that scallop is, and two on each side of it. And then one in the center and two on each side. I need a little sharper hook. One in the center and on the side. Oops. And I will meet you at the end. Okay, I made it to the end. Now I'm going to chain one and turn. And that will give us some stitches to work in, to work across. So this row, I'm just going to, I'm going to single crochet all the way across, but I'm not going to single crochet in the very first stitch. I'm going to go to the next stitch. And just single crochet all the way across. And I will meet you at the end. We're going to round this just slightly. That is why I didn't crochet into the very first stitch. Okay, I'm going to go right into that very last stitch. Chain one and turn. So now we have 2 rows of singles. I'm not going to crochet in that very first stitch because it's going to round over just a little bit. Now I'm going to do a row of double crochet all the way across. And I will meet you at the end. Okay, I made it to the end. Now I'm going to chain one and turn. And I'm not going to go in this very first one, but the one after it, I'm going to make a row of single crochet all the way across. So single crochet all the way across, and I will meet you back at the end. See, it's rounding just a little bit. So I'm coming up to the end. And I'm going to chain one and turn. And where I want it to keep rounding just ever so slightly, I am not going to crochet into that hidden stitch. I'll single crochet into the next. So go ahead and single crochet again all the way across, and I will meet you at the end. So I made it to the end again. I am going to chain one and turn, and I will single crochet all the way across. Do not single crochet into the very first hidden stitch because we are just slightly narrowing. Go ahead and I will meet you at the end. I'm coming up to the end again. So I'll chain one and turn. I'll chain one more. We're gonna double crochet across this row. So skip the hidden stitch and double crochet all the way across. Just to let you know, I didn't really have a pattern for this. I just made this little towel up using shells. And I'm even making this up as I go to resemble the other one a little bit, but I'm just making it up. It will work. So go ahead and double crochet all the way to the end, and I will meet you there. So I'm at the end of this row, so I'm going to chain one and turn, and I'm going to single crochet all the way across, skipping the hidden crochet. So skip the hidden stitch and single crochet all the way across. And do this for the next 3 rows, and I will meet you back. Don't forget to skip that first hidden crochet. Okay, I've done 3 rows of single crochet, and I've chained one and turn. I'm going to chain one more because now I'm going to do double crochets all the way across, skipping the first hidden crochet. We are still slightly rounding the edge. So go ahead and I will meet you at the end. Okay, now I'm at the end. I'm going to chain one and turn my work. And now I'm going to do 3 rows of single crochets, skipping that very first stitch. So if you want to do 3 rows of single crochets, skipping that very first stitch so that it will keep rounding in. And I will meet you back at the end. And don't forget, this is going to fold over, so it's going to be a little bit long, but just as soon as it gets to, maybe in about here, we're just going to do a bit of a longer strip, and it will fold over and button. So go ahead and do 3 rows of single crochet, and I will meet you back. Okay, we've done 3 rows of singles. So I chained 1 and turned, and I'm going to chain 1 more, and I'm going to make a row of double crochet, skipping the very first hidden stitch. So go ahead and I will meet you at the end. Chain 1 and turn. It's getting there. Now we are going to make 3 rows of single. See, 1, 3. Okay, 3 rows of single, skipping that very first hidden one. And crochet 3 rows, and I will meet you at the end of them. Okay, I made it to the end of the 3 single crocheted rows. I chained 1 and I turned. I'm going to chain 1 more because now we are going to make a row of double, and it's this narrow now, but I'm going to narrow it just a little bit more. So we're going to still skip the very first hidden crochet, and we're going to make a row of double crochet all the way across, skipping the first hidden one. I apologize for such a long video. I will meet you at the end of this row. Chain 1 and turn. Now I'm going to single crochet 3 rows, but now I'm going to make sure that I use the very next hidden crochets, because we're going to make a little bit of a straight flap. So go ahead and single crochet 3 rows, and make sure that you get that very first hidden crochet, because we're not going to round right there. And I will meet you at the end. Okay, I've done my 3 rounds of single crochets. Now I'm going to make a round of double crochet, and don't forget to get the very first hidden stitch. Now I didn't count any of these. And it's not a pattern. But the work ends up all evened out. It doubles all the way across. Just this one row. And I will meet you at the end. Now I have some buttons to model. I have a red one, or a white one, or a gold one. Because we only have a couple more inches to go. I'll maybe place it there and then it can fold over and button right there. As long as it's Christmassy looking. Okay, so the next row, I'm going to chain one and turn and single crochet 3 going across. Now, when you make a row to fit your button through, you got to make sure that your button can go through it. So if your button is too big, that will fit. It will stretch. If your button is any bigger than this, a couple of these double crochet rows, or one of them, you could make it into a triple crochet instead, just as long as you can squeeze your button through it. Because if your button's too big, you're going to want some bigger stitches to slide it through. But these doubles seem to fit fine. So now we are going to make, let's go ahead and make 3 regular rows of single crochet, and don't forget to get that very first hidden stitch. So go ahead and do 3 rows and I will meet you at the end of them. Okay, so I did my 3 rows of single crochets. Now I'm going to do a row of doubles, but I'm going to skip the first singles. We're going to do the last 4 rows rounding the edge. So we're going to do 1 row of doubles and then 3 rows of singles. And we are going to skip the first double hidden crochet. So go ahead, do a row of doubles, skipping the first hidden crochet, and then 3 rows of singles. And I will meet you back at the end. Okay, I made it to the end, and it's still this wide, so I'm going to chain 1 and turn, and chain 1 again, and I'm going to do 1 more set of the double crochet and 3 rows of singles, skipping the very first hidden. And that will probably be the end, and then I will probably tidy up around the edges with I think a slip stitch. Just the edges of the flap, not the towel itself. Okay, chain 1 and turn. The end of my ball is a tangle. So skip the hidden crochet and do 3 rows of single now, skipping the hidden crochet. And I will meet you at the end because I have some yarn barf to straighten up. Okay, so I made it to the end, and this is the finished project. And now I'm going to just, this flap, what I'm going to do, I'm going to slip stitch just to tidy it up. That is what I did on my other one. I'm going to slip stitch all the way around this flap. And I'm going to sew a button. One of these buttons, a nice bigger green one would be more preferable. This one's bigger. I do like the red. But this one's bigger. I'm going to sew that one on, and then it will just button through. And you will hang it on your stove. But that's the finished towel. I will post a finished video or a picture at the end of this video. Love it. Until next time, please like and subscribe. Bye all.